It's true. It's very true. I got dumped by my modeling agency in Chicago many years ago. Hi, it's Arian live at 5. My, I'm like, it's Arian on KTLA live at 5. Yeah, I got dumped by my modeling agency. Good times. Yeah. Have you ever got dumped by your modeling agency? Oh boy, it's quite an experience. And it relates to so much of life and business and how to grow your business and all that good stuff. So I'm going to take you down a trip down memory lane. First of all, hi, welcome. Say hello. If you're here, hi, William Valle from Costa Rica. I know I have some other people popping on, I'm sure. So say hello in the comments so that I know you're here. I use a system called Restream, and the comments come in through a different like chat room. So I see all your Facebook comments that come in. So hello. Whether you're watching live or on replay, thanks for being here live. It's always so fun when you're live. I wish we could chitty chat. Like this, but one way. It's me. Hi. You have to just put in the comments. Hey, Melanie. Hi, Dawn. Oh, great. Some of my lights, camera, cash gals are here. How exciting. I'm sure Stephanie will be here and Asa. Anyway, hi. Thanks for being here live on replay, all of the above. Have you ever gotten fired by your modeling agent? It's really fun. It's really a great time to get fired by your modeling agency. Okay, so I'm living in Chicago this is like, I don't know, 15 years ago. So I moved from Oklahoma City to Chicago because I was like, I'm going to become a famous plus size model. And any of you that know me from way back when, which is some people here. Oh yeah, Trisha's on here. She's one of my lights, camera, cash girls and my friend. And this is all her jewelry. This is S Design jewelry. She sent me a whole freaking humongous box that I put on Facebook earlier. And I'm like blinging out. I haven't worn silver in so long and I love it, Trisha. So S Design jewelry, go check her out. All this cute stuff. I'm like her supermodel now. Basically, I got fired by my modeling agency, but I'm going to renew it now. And because Trisha's going to hire me as her supermodel. So thanks, Trisha. You didn't know that, but P.S. All right. So I was living in Chicago. So back in my days, in my 20s, I was living in Oklahoma City and I was working for Brighton, the amazing fashion accessory company. And I was always like, I want to model. Like, I want to be a famous plus size model. And I know you're going to be like, plus size, what? But remember, plus size is an 8. Okay, plus size is an 8 in America. A 10, like it's ridiculous, right? Our sizing. But nevertheless, like I'm a tall, curvy lady. I'm not a skinny string bean. So, I'm in the plus size category, which is such a dumb name for it, but whatever. Okay, so I was like, I'm going to become a famous plus size model. This is my goal. Like, I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm in my 20s, looking good. Da, da, da. So I actually partnered, amazingly enough, with Elite Modeling Agency in Chicago, which is one of the top modeling agencies in the world. So I'm like, I'm done. Like, I'm the next, like there was only one famous plus size supermodel at the time. Her name was Emmy. I was like, I'm the next Emmy. Like, I'm going to go to Chicago and I'm going to work for Elite and I'm going to become a famous plus size supermodel. And then the rest is history. Funny how life doesn't do always what we think it's going to do, right? So I get to Chicago and I'm modeling. And here's the deal. I'm a terrible model. I'm a terrible model. I am not comfortable at all. I am not a natural model. It was in my 20s and I was still drinking. I drank. Oh my God. I was like a total social alcoholic. I drank, I smoked, I didn't eat well. Like I wasn't really healthy. Like I barely worked out. So I was like I wasn't like feeling good in my skin. I was like probably hungover most of the time because I was in my 20s living in Chicago, just partying balls. Okay. So I'm not like, I don't look great I look back at the pictures and I'm like, I'll post some of them too. Because I have like my old modeling pictures. So I'll post some of them. But I look back now and I'm like, I just didn't look healthy and I didn't really look happy. And so I booked like one modeling job the whole time I was there. I mean, I wasn't there that long. It was maybe like 2 years, a year and a half, something, but I maybe booked one job. Like I did not book work. Okay. And then when I did like runway shows for like Saks Fifth Avenue and stuff like that, I love those, but you have to be so serious, right? The models like don't smile, right? They're all like, whatever, they don't smile when they're on the runway. And I was like, I can't not smile. Like, hello, this is me pretty much all the time. So I was a terrible model, but I still thought like, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So hi, Stephanie. Oh my gosh. So telling about when I got fired from being a model from my agency. So I am like working working it, like, I'm going to do this, doing everything it took. Like I took like modeling classes, like how to pose and how to look at the camera and how to walk the runway. And I mean, I did everything I could to be a good model and I just sucked at it. Right. And so one day my agent calls me and she's like, we're going to have to let you go. And I'm like, what? And she goes, you're not booking anything. She said, like, even there was like a jeans, I had just gone out for like a jeans ad or something. And the jeans looked really good on me. And she was like, even that, she goes, you looked really good in those jeans and like, you still didn't book it. So I got fired from elite modeling agency. So here I am in my 20s thinking like, this is what I'm going to do. This is my life. I'm going to become a famous supermodel. And I got dumped because I didn't book any work. And my self-esteem went, wow. Okay, just imagine this, being a model and getting fired. What do you think I thought? What do you think the first thing I thought was? I'm not pretty enough. Clearly, I'm not pretty enough to be a plus size supermodel. I can laugh now because I'm just like, but I look back and I go, right, like, of course that's what I thought. Like, that's the first thing that went through my mind. It's like, oh my God, I'm not pretty enough. And it shocked me. I sound like the most vain person in the world, but God, I was shocked that someone didn't think I was pretty enough. But I was like, oh my God, I'm not pretty enough and I'm not good enough. And I'm not good enough to do this thing that I thought I was going to do. And it shocked me and it cut me to the core. And I cried for 2 days about this. I mean, I called, of course, my best friend, my mom, like everyone. And I was like, I can't believe this happened. Like, am I not? And I would be like, am I not pretty enough? And they're like, what? No, wait, no. But how could I not like assume all these things about myself? Right. So it shook my confidence so much. I mean, because it cut me, I had this dream of what my life was going to be. And it just shut me down overnight and cut my confidence down so hard because at that time, I based it on outer experience, right? What people thought of me. I based it on my reflections and, booking jobs basically. And it was so awful. I mean, have you had a dream in your life that didn't come true and you're just like, wait, what? Like I thought this thing was gonna, like if a relationship or probably like if you've broken up with someone or they broke up with you, then of course we take it personally and think like, oh my God, it's me and I must have done something wrong and I'm not good enough or I'm not pretty. I mean, of course, if I get somebody break up with me, I'm like, oh my God, I must not have been pretty enough or skinny enough. I mean, these are the things that come through our mind, so it's like, it just happened. So my confidence got like shut down. Oh my God, cried for days. Pulled myself up with the bootstraps and was like, well, okay, I guess this isn't happening, right? And then at that time, I was still working for Brighton Collectibles in Chicago, and the owner of the company and I were talking, and he was like, how's Chicago? And I'm like, it sucks, it's cold, I hate it here. He goes, well, I have a job in California. Why don't you just come? I'll just come to California and I'll give you the job out here. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, tomorrow. So that's what got me out of Chicago. Okay. I'm going to stop and check the comments. Trisha says, their loss, girl. That's right, girl. It's their loss. Hey. Trinity says, I tried modeling after high school and got fired because I'm too short to book work. Yeah, that happens too. That's what happened when I went to 6 figures to 0. Exactly. Hi, Jeff Strife, my Brighton friends. Oh my God, I love my Brighton friends just keep showing up. Hi, Jeff Strife. Oh my God, you knew me when. Stephanie, you knew me when. Oh my God, Stephanie. Trisha, you knew me when. So Stephanie says, that's what happened when I went from 6 figures to 0. Yes, it shakes your confidence, right? When you're like walking through life of, I can create these things, I can do these things, of course, because why not? And then it doesn't happen. It's like, wait, what? It's like the whole system is like, woo, it screws up the whole system. So, and again, if you're watching live, say hi in the comments because all my comments come through a different system. So I'd love to see who's on because I'm on a couple different of my groups here at Facebook. So I'm so glad you're here. And if you're watching a replay, again, on replay, I go back for all the comments. So say hi in the comments, please, please, please. I would like to make a note too, because I just want you to know I do my makeup for you. So I want you to see my pretty purple eyeshadow that I put on today for you. So you're welcome. All right, back to my not having any confidence after I got fired by my modeling agency in Chicago in my 20s. Well, as you know, grace of spirit happens. I got to California and things changed. I had this, I had this job with Brighton and I was super busy. And then people were like, "Where are you going to get with the modeling agency in LA?" And I was like, "No," because like burned me so hard. I was like, "No, I don't, I'm not into that." I'm gonna have to tell you a really funny story about the one time I did model in LA. I gotta make a note of that. It's the most hilarious thing. So hi Dror, hi Einstein. Julie and I can relate. Has Einstein got his confidence? Einstein's a kitty cat. Has he got his confidence busted sometime? Hey, Leighton Strong from Andover, Kansas. Oh my God, I love seeing all these friends on here. All right, so when I got fired by my modeling agency, life sucked, right? I took it all personally. I'm not good enough. I must not be pretty enough. What's wrong with me? I suck. I'm never going to be a famous model, blah, blah, blah. So by the grace of God, right? The owner of the company, Jerry Cole, when I was with Brighton, says, "Come to LA. I have a job for you out here." I'm like, "Cool, I'm going to go to LA." Right. And then when I got here, everyone was like, "Are you going to get with an agency here?" And I was so like, my like system was so, I got shut down. I was like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't have time. Well, really, it was because my confidence had gotten so shaken that I didn't dare go to a modeling agency out here and try to get with them and then be like, no. So hi, Rosa. So I never did. I never got with a modeling agency out here. It's fine. Like, I'm glad, because I was a terrible model and it wasn't fun because I can't show my personality as a model. I can just like not smile. And I'm like, no, that's not me. So anyway, all good. So what does this have to do with you? Well, if you've ever gotten fired by your modeling agency, you would feel the same way, but I'm kidding. No, how this has to do with you is it's the same thing for you in anything that you're creating in your business. Has there been a time in your business where you did something and it didn't work out, and then you just felt that like you retreat, this like shock of retreat? Or is there something in your business that you want to do, that you think about doing, but you haven't done because of lack of confidence, because of fear of what will happen if you don't get the thing that you want? Okay, so Drawer says about his cat, "I wish I had his confidence. He doesn't care as he knows he's so cute and handsome." It's true. Animals and babies are the best. I swear, like, I'm always like, watch kids. They have so much confidence. So when do we lose that? Because we were all kids once, right? We were all like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to learn to do this thing. I'm going to learn to swim. It's hard, but like, I'll do it. I'm going to learn to walk. I don't know how, but I'm going to figure it out, right? I'm going to fall like 8,000 times, but then I'm going to get up and fall again. And right, kids, they just have confidence. It's built in. But somewhere along the line, we lose that. We get it, like, I don't know if we go to school and it changes. I don't know where it changes, but somewhere it changes. That inner confidence that we're born with, it changes. So now as we're adults, we have to like rebuild it within ourselves. So wherever it is in your business, if there's something that you want to do, think about what is one thing that you want to do that you haven't done, and what's stopping you from doing that. And usually there's a confidence piece in there, right? Of like, ooh, I don't like you might say like, oh, I don't have time, but it's not that. It's always like something underneath is really saying, I'm not good enough to do it, or what are people going to think of me? That's a big one, ding, 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 that I always hear from clients. So of course I coach on video so much. I mean, right, the whole world just went on video, this year. I mean, a lot was going on video, but like the whole world just went onto video in their businesses this year. So obviously it's a hugely important time, and it's essential to be on video. If you have some sort of business that you're doing business online, it is essential to be on video, because it's just going to get bigger, right? We're all home. Google just announced that all their employees are going to be home now until next year. Everyone's going to be home now. All business is being done online. And if you have any sort of business, it's essential that you're online to create and build your business, right? And the stats are crazy about video. It's like by 2021, which is like in a minute, over 85% of the content we consume on social media is going to be video. So like, if you wait till 2021, you're too late, right? So it's time to really get courageous around videos now, to use them in your business or anything that you want to do. It's like, I'm always like, if not now, when? I said this yesterday. I'm like, the world just changed overnight. Okay. So what are you waiting for? There's no stakes anymore. There's nothing to wait for. There's nothing to lose. It's like, just go for it, because like, who cares anymore? I mean, right? Life's like crazy enough. Like, just go for it, whatever you want to do. But what happens is, if we don't have the confidence and our confidence has been shaken, then we might be a little gun shy to do it again. So what do you do? How do you do this? All right, before I do that, I'm gonna check the comments. Christy says, I was approached once and asked if I was a model. Well, I was getting food at a buffet. I was kind of offended. Okay, that's funny. Why were you offended? That's funny. Most people will be like, oh my God, that's so great. Trinity says, it changed for me in college when my teacher of my very first class told me that my dream of owning a hotel would never happen. There you go. She deflated my confidence right there. Right. It's kind of like when we're kids and like these messages start coming in of like, like, nah, like when you're, I don't know if you can do that. Then we kind of take it on and we're like, oh, okay, I guess I can't. And then we just kind of stop. All right. So Trisha says, as a mother, I introduced my daughter to new experiences at a young age because I want her to feel fearless, not embarrassed or self-conscious. That's amazing. Trisha wins Mom of the Year, because Trisha, will you be my mom? Because that sounds very cool. I love that. You're like, good parenting. Good job, Trisha. Okay, so what do you do now to really start confidently moving forward in your business beyond what you've done in the past, right? Because I think we all have our edges. We have our comfort zone. And even if you're like courageous and confident all the time, there's always a next level, right? There's always something that's next, okay? So for videos, my favorite thing to talk about, it's you don't necessarily have the confidence to create the thing you want to create at the time. Okay. So even if your confidence, because what I hear all the time with videos is, what are people going to think of me? What are people going to say about me? Let's just talk about that for a minute. So what I hear this all the time. So do you have that running at all of like, ooh, and it's not, and videos are part of this, but it's putting yourself out there. It's stop playing small and playing a bigger game. That's what we're talking about. Videos are the metaphor, the medium to do that, right? You really have to play a bigger game and step into your power to show up powerfully on videos. So that's putting yourself out there. That's being visible. That's being seen. And that's what this all is about. So what do you think when you think about being visible and being seen? What comes up within you? What are your thoughts that pop up? And usually it's things, because of all the clients that I've worked with through the years, it's that thing of like, what are people going to think of me? And what if I'm not good enough? And I love that, because that's a kind of a really easy switch there, because what are people going to think of me? I always say, who are these people, right? Christy's on here. We had a conversation about this because she said that. And I said, who are these people that are going to think something about you? And when you really sit and think about that, it's not these people out there. There's not these like people that are against you, right? Like your friends and family are for you. They might not understand your vision, because you might be like, have visions of awesomeness that like they don't match, and that's okay, but they're not against you. Like people aren't like, oh my God, what is she doing on video? They don't like, people aren't like that, right? That in your world. So it's when you say, what are people going to think of me? My question is, who are these people? And when you sit with that, who are these people? Is you. It's you that's creating that judgment on yourself. It's you that's creating the barrier. It's not those people, because there are no these people. People aren't going to respond to your videos and be like, you suck, get off. They don't, you're not going to get trolled. Like, you're not like a famous, you have millions of followers. That's the people that get trolled. Like, nobody's going to care. Like, what's going to happen when you do videos and you start really stepping out? People are going to be like, awesome, cool, good job, and move on. We're too busy thinking about ourselves to think about you. I mean, like, we live in a completely narcissistic world, right? Like, all day, every day, we're thinking about ourselves. Like, how do I get food? And how do I do my job? And how do I clean my house and take care of my kids and my husband and blah, 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 and my cats and all that, right? Like, and then I'm not thinking about you for more than a couple seconds. So this is one of those beliefs that you can really move through quickly, because when you sit with that and you go, what am I really saying? Is it, I'm afraid these people are going to judge me, or is it, I'm afraid I'm going to judge me? I'm going to think I'm not good enough. I'm going to think, what am I talking about? I'm going to think, ugh, that sucked. Stephanie says, yeah, I'm afraid people will think I look old and tired. Right. Who are these people that are going to think you're old and tired? Or is it you that is going to look at your video and think you look old and tired? P.S. I'm going to show you the tricks so you'll look better. That's what I do in Lights, Camera, Cash. As I've said before, I'm the most vain person on the planet, so I will do everything it takes to look good on camera. All right, I'm going to pause and look at the comments. Okay. Drawer says, yes, it's even harder when I watch my videos after they are live, the inner critic. Yeah, that's very true, right? And I don't know who is saying that, but somebody's replying. But anyway, yes, it's exactly. You watch your videos or you do it and it's not perfect and it's not good enough. And then you start judging yourself. As Trinity says, I tend to go to no one will care to what I have to say. Yes. Michelle says, I release my idea of not being good enough every time I move through my fears. Exactly. That's what we're talking about. Like you don't release the fear and then do the thing. You do the thing and then release the fear. So it says that imaginary village in my mind, right? Like there's a village out there that's like, she's not good enough, whatever. And Michelle says, thank you for your enthusiasm, positive. Oh girl, I got loads of that. And Chrissy says, wait, they don't throw virtual tomatoes? Yeah, exactly. So it's the inner critic. George says, yes, it's not me, it's the inner critic. Exactly. So you are the one that's judging yourself, that's criticizing yourself. It's not the people out there. There's no people out there. There's you out there looking back at you. So it's your opportunity. And this is why I love the power of videos. And this is why Lights, Camera, Cash, if you don't know, it's Lights, Camera, Cash is my signature coaching program that is the course that takes you in the transformation from being lack of confidence and not feeling good about yourself on camera and not knowing what to say to feeling super confident, to playing a bigger game, to knowing what to say, using video marketing so you can actually impact your audience and grow your business and do what you're meant here to do. Like, you're here to do something special. If you're with me, if you're in my audience, you're here because you're here to do cool stuff. You're here to do big work, whatever that means for you. And I don't mean big in a grand way. I mean big for you, whatever that means to you. You're here to show up in a powerful way. So my Lights, Camera, Cash coaching program takes you on that journey using videos to get you into that place of like, I'm actually doing what I'm here to do. And when you have that feeling, you're good. You just can keep soaring. So the Doris says, the damn perfectionist Jewish part of me, I can hear my grandmother saying, who do you think you are? Good one. I'm glad you said that. Who do you think you are? So it's what are people going to think of me and who do you think you are? That's a big one. We are not taught in this world to live the biggest version of ourselves. Now, if your parents did that for you, blessings to you, because your parents should win awards. I think Trisha's going to win the award for her daughter, right? Because we're not taught these messages of like, you know what, stand forward and shine that light bright and like be as big as you want to be so you can serve in a powerful way. Like, did anyone ever say that to you? No one ever said that to me. I have to say that to myself, right? I have to like show up for myself in that way, because that thing of who do you think you are will keep us small every time. It will creep in and it will go, no, that's selfish. That's narcissistic. Right. And then we pull back and we're like, oh, right. Like, I can't be too big. I can be this big, but I can't be too big. I'll give you an example of this because my friend Drawer is on here. Drawer is a good mirror for me. So Drawer and I, and a lot of my friends on here too, we have a master's degree in spiritual psychology. And his wife, Julianne, she's on here too. We went to the University of Santa Monica and have a master's degree in spiritual psychology, and which is awesome. Like a life-changing program, changed my life, continues to. So much of what I teach and how I work with you in mindset and shifting your experience of life is through the tools and principles of spiritual psychology. But Drawer and I, so we're in class together and we're like besties immediately. Like, we totally love each other and we laugh all the time. Like, he makes me laugh so hard, and we be in class and I just laugh, and we both have these really loud laughs, like really loud. So you can hear me laughing down the block and you can hear him laughing down the block. And so you get him and I together and we're just laughing all the time. And I don't know how many times people were like, you laugh too. I mean, people would say like, you laugh too much and you laugh too loud and you need to not laugh so much. And I'd be like, what? Well, I'm sorry. Did somebody just tell me I laugh too much and I laugh too loud? I'm like, I think I need to laugh louder because there's not enough laughter on this planet. But that's a perfect example because Jordan can relate, because we would always get like, people would try to shush us, try to make us smaller. Like nobody was like, oh my God, like, oh my God, I love it. Like laugh. It makes us all laugh. I mean, people did because it's infectious, right? But like, nobody like encourages it. People are like, oh, could you just like keep it down a little bit? Like make me small, instead of me being in my big light and my fullness and my big raucous laughter that lifts everybody up. Be smaller, pull back. So that's the world that we live in, right? So knowing this, who do you think you are? That's just in the consciousness, and it's your opportunity to know that's there, but not listen to it. Because who do you think you are? It's that Marianne Williamson quote that I go back to all the time, is your light is bigger than you're more afraid of your light than your shadows, because your light, your power is so intense, it's so big and so bright, and you know you're here to do powerful work. And if you really step into that, in that visibility, through using video marketing, through whatever you're doing in your business, then you're standing in a different place than you've ever been. And that's a different version of you. It's like, 2.0. It's Arian 2.0. It's Trisha 2.0. Stephanie 2.0, right? 3.0, 4.0, whatever it is. And this is why lights, camera, cash is so important, because that's the process of getting you there. Like it's the vehicle to get you into this place of being full in your power, being visible, being seen, sharing that light, making an impact with your audience instead of continuing to pull back and play small. Okay. I'm going to check the comments. So fun. Michelle. Oh, Michelle's a grad, 2013. Oh, right. My neighbors are walking by. Hey, the F out of my way, for real. Dora says, true story, we got repressed. We did. We got repressed for our laughter. Trinity said, oh, Stephanie's dad's really good. He said, her dad said it. You can do anything. You'll always win. Awesome. You got really great messaging. That's probably why you're like, wee. Trisha says, when I'm mindful and plan for my videos, the results are always better. When I feel ill prepared, the camera sees it. I don't feel confident and the results are only okay. #truth. Yeah. And that's great. And so, your process of like mindful and planned. I'm way better spontaneous. But that's me, right? Like I thrive on live energy. Like I'm an entertainer, right? Like I used to be a model, but remember I got fired by my modeling agency. So now I'm just a famous actor. Screw them. Peter says, you can always make me laugh when I hear you. You go, my friend. Nobody can put you in a box. That's right, Peter. Mike Shea is listening to you. Mike Shea, another Brighton friend. Look at all my Brighton peeps on here. Stephanie, not playing small anymore. Lorianne, hi. Lorianne, hi, sister. Be big. You know what? You be big. You be big. That's what this is all about. You be big. Everyone. God, I wish we were all here together. Yammering, laughing loudly. Okay, so how does this relate to you? Reflection time. Where in your life are you listening to those voices that say, who do you think you are? What are people going to think of you? You're not going to be good enough. And it's your opportunity to hear that and question it, because it's just like a record. Some of you might be too young. We used to have these things called records, right? It's you listen to that thought so long. Now it's a groove in your mind, but you can make a new groove. Okay. So you question the thoughts, you slow down, you realize they're just thoughts, and then you take courageous action. And that's how you bust through the thoughts. That's the only way you bust through not the only way, but it's the best way that I know. That's why I coach videos, to help. Was when you start creating powerful videos, you're busting through that energetic current. You're busting through to the other side. So when you do it enough, you're like, oh, nobody's actually thinking anything of me. And yeah, I can criticize myself, but like, here's the deal. I've criticized myself every day of my life for how long I've been on the planet, right? So criticizing myself is nothing new. So I can criticize myself on video. I can criticize myself in life, in the mirror, whatever, wherever it is, right? Like we can be really hard on ourselves. So video is not going to be any different. But when you understand your process and I teach you a structure, and I teach you how to prepare, and I teach you how to be professional, and I teach you how to speak on camera, and I teach you how to warm up to camera, and you do it enough times, then you're like, oh, I got this. I can do this. And I feel confident. And that's the biggest thing. And then you're shining your light, and then you're playing a bigger game. And then you're like, everything's good. Okay. So my challenge to you is to see where you're playing small and take action in that area. That's it. Where are you playing small? And it can be in your business. It can be in your life. I don't know where it is, but where are you playing small? Where are you shrinking back? Where are you losing your confidence? And how can you take courageous action to bust through that energy? Okay. Got it? That's your homework. All right. Zoom next time, Brady brunch. I know it is fun. Peter says, I'll bring the wine. Christy says, I may be young, but I know what a record is. That's funny. Record players are making a comeback. Good for us vintage people over here. Michelle says, would you speak for my spiritual recovery home? Yeah, love to. Okay, so that's your homework. Where are you playing small? Where are you holding yourself back? Where are you lacking your confidence? Allow those voices to soften. Allow them to question them if you want. Is this true? Is this really true? It's not. Here's the, you can ask yourself, is it true? Here, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not true. You are good enough. You get to be big. You get to shine your light brightly, whatever that means to you. All right. So find a place in your life. So you can pop it in the comments. I would love to see, what would that be for you? What would be, where's a place in your life where you are playing small? And what can you do to just put, and then you can put in the comments, what would be a courageous action step? And if you want to do it with me, because I like to take you through the process. I like to hold your hand and take you on the journey of Lights, Camera, Cash. We start next week. I've got a bunch of girls on the call today. Christy, Stephanie, Trisha. Who else is on here? Melanie, all in my Lights, Camera, Cash. I have 2 spots left. Would love to have you in it. If you're on here live, or you're on replay, if you're in my world, let's rock your world with Lights, Camera, Cash videos, because it will pop you into this whole new stratosphere of confidence that you have never experienced before. And when you experience that, it affects your whole life, which is super fun. All right, my loves, I have so much fun with you. I'm so glad to see you here today. I'll be back tomorrow with, this is like the internal objection that comes up with videos and actually building your business. And tomorrow we're going to talk about an external objection. One of the biggest external things I hear that's like, oh, this thing that's hard to do in videos. So come back live at 5 tomorrow with Ariane, live at 5. I'll see you then. Ciao.